Dozens of student activists joined the climate strike on Friday, demanding sweeping reforms to the status quo. They didn't mince words, attacking institutional leaders, the educational system, consumers, motorists, the media, politicians, and an American system founded on capitalistic principles.
Our society's leaders have been and continue to be inert and unapologetic as the ravages of a disaster they stood passively for grows increasingly, terrifyingly tangible. They seem unable to accept the reality of the fact that the industrial and economic system from which they so amply profited is directly responsible for the deterioration of our living world.
Action now! Climate action now! Climate action now! Climate action now!
Why are we striking? We strike to disrupt the capitalist system that is destroying our planet and taking away our futures. Capitalism ignores our planet's ecological limits, and it cannot abide by those limits. It has to go.
10 of the past 13 years on record have been the hottest. The ocean's acidity has risen by 30%, and that's enough to destroy the oceanic food web as we know it, leaving 1 billion people who rely on seafood hungry. Every year since 1994, we have lost 400 billion tons of our glaciers. That is an ice cube 7.5 miles long every year. The Amazon rainforest is being burned to the ground by people, and if we don't do something about it, that may leave the entire world in a drought. I can stand up here all day listing fact after fact after fact, but the fact that matters the most is that our planet is dying.
Despite the overwhelming scientific consensus that our future is hurtling toward catastrophe, our education seems more interested in preparing us to compete in an outdated labor market that will soon be left stranded, like many assets, by climate change. It is absurd that we students are supposed to sit, listen, and put our trust in what is being taught while the world around us unravels.
The adults tell us that the future is in our hands. They tell us they are so excited to see what us young people will achieve. I'm excited too. Look at us now. We are a powerful generation. We have power in the climate change emergency, but so do the adults. The adults cannot give up hope and say, I'm ready for you young people to save us. That isn't how it works. We are panicking, and we are demanding real change.
The price of all these things which support our lifestyle, from the biggest pickup truck to the cleanest Prius, has nothing to do with the actual cost to the planet, or to the drought-stricken farmers committing suicide, or to the migrants drowning each day in the Mediterranean Sea, or to the hundreds of species going extinct right now as I'm speaking. Those costs are buried, ignored, and nowhere reflected in the price.
Learn the facts about climate change. Educate yourself and others. The more we know as a society, the more we can help. And go to your lawmakers, educators, parents, whoever you see has power to change the world, and get them to understand the crisis we are in.
We need to unite behind the science.
Let me show you what I mean.